In our last session we understood about what is non-ERP and then what is ERP. This is what been done, right? Only the first topic. So in today's class we'll understand again. In that first topic there are some more things like what is ERP, right? So what is the full form of ERP and then what is ERP? Let's understand why ERP is required. Correct? Yesterday you have understood why ERP is required. Correct? In today's class we'll see what is ERP. Okay? ERP. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. This is the full form of ERP. So what is an enterprise? Let's see one by one. E means enterprise, right? Sorry. E means enterprise. What is enterprise now? Anybody any idea what is enterprise? You can contribute if you have any idea on that. Anybody want to say what is enterprise? Hello? Nobody? Okay, so very simple. Any organization or any company which runs any kind of business. Okay, it can be manufacturing company, it can be pharmaceutical company, or it can be retail company, any company which do some business. Okay, we call it as an enterprise. An organization, we call it as an enterprise. Okay, let's say organization which runs any kind of business. Okay, organization which runs any kind of business, we call it as enterprise. Okay, so what kind of business? For an example, let's say pharma, manufacturing pharmaceutical companies, or manufacturing companies, or oils and gas maybe, or you can say retail companies too. Even Reliance also using SAP, right? Retails companies also. Any company which runs business, we call it as enterprise. Okay, so now next is what is resource. R means resource. What is resource then? R means resource. Resource. Okay, so what is resource? Resource are nothing but like money. Okay, to run any business, without money you cannot do anything. If you want to run business, then you should have money. That is a resource. If you are a manufacturing company, in that case you also need machine. Okay, machines you need. Without machines you cannot do manufacturing. Human cannot do everything, right? We also need some machines for manufacturing. And you also need some space. That means maybe the land, like your like any building, right? Or any land where we can place the machines and all. So we also need the land. And also human, right? Humans. Without humans nothing happens, right guys? For everybody, means there should be somebody who should able to operate the machines. They cannot run by their own. And then like we also need humans for other purpose, even for the departments, right? Like this sales, material, if you consider manufacturing company. So without humans nothing can happen. Okay, so etc. These are the resources. Okay, these are the resources. Now what is P? P means planning. P means planning. Okay. uh, what is this planning? Okay. Let's say for an example, just want to take an example. Okay. So maybe I'll just take some manufacturing company. Maybe let's say car manufacturing company we will take. Let's say Hyundai. Okay. So what Hyundai will do, Hyundai manufacture different types of cars. Okay. Let's say maybe the first one I can say about i10. Okay, then they have something like i20, right? So then maybe they will also manufacture Venue, Hyundai Venue, Creta, you know that it's famous car for them. And then we also have Verna, right? Then we also have Alcazar, the new car which is recently, maybe in an year they have released a new car, Alcazar, right? They manufacture different cars. Okay, so many cars they will manufacture, but these are some of the list. Okay, so let's consider in the previous year. Okay, so this car has been sold, around 500 cars have been sold the last year. I'm just taking some numbers, and let's say this is very demanding car, and then this is almost 2 lakhs cars have been sold. Okay, and then let's say Venue, and this is also more demanding, almost 50,000 cars have been sold. And this is also demanding, but it has more waiting period, and also the company doesn't have that much manufacturing setup. And let's say this one around 5 lakh, and then let's say this one around 1 lakh cars have been sold, let's say like that. And then maybe this one around 1,000 cars have been sold, because India, you know that there are so many roads are not good, so people don't prefer to buy the sedan, so it is been sold less. And then maybe the Alcazar are around 1,000 cars have been sold. Okay, this is what the data of the last year car which is been sold. Okay, so now based on this data they have to plan this year manufacturing, right? So let's say for an example, if they don't have ERP, or they are not maintaining the data, or if they are not planning the business, and then let's say for example, if they manufacture this 1 lakh cars, or let's say 5 lakh cars. Okay, they will manufacture 5 lakh i10, and then maybe 500 Venue. So what happens now if they do manufacturing and keep the stock like this? What happens? Hello, session is interactive, you can always speak, no need to hesitate, you can just give your answers, that's completely fine. So what happens, i10 last year this has been sold only 500, but they have manufactured 5 lakhs cars. Venue has been sold around 5 lakh, but they have manufactured only 500. Now this year also, if this has been sold 500, then we cannot sell 5 lakh, right? This year people don't prefer, that means people choice is always the Venue, because it's the kind of less price and also looks like the big car, right? Everybody, hello, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yes. So now tell me what happens if they manufacture this one more, which is demand is very less, but here they have manufactured less where demand is more. What is the problem now, guys? Supply and demand, right? So we have to manufacture the whatever the product that is required for the customer as per the demand, right? If you're just manufacturing 5 lakh cars, and this will not be sold until all the 5 lakhs cars are being sold, whatever the money that they have invested on manufacturing that car, that will be locked. And even for keeping these 5 lakh cars, they also need some space, some land, right? Until unless all these cars have been sold, then it's a big problem. If they can sell 500, if at least they can sell 1000 cars, then what is the use of manufacturing 5 lakh cars, right? All the money they have invested on one thing that is not moving, right? Demand is very less and all the money got stuck here and they cannot invest on other things, right? It can create a kind of problem. So now you see demand is more but supply is very less. In that case it can again create a problem, right? If they are not able to, if they say, if they go and say to the customer, you can purchase this car, we have more stock, in that case will customer agree? No, right? Everybody likes their own thing, right? Their taste will be different. They cannot listen to the sales guy just because they have the stock. They will, nowadays there are different companies manufacturing, not only the Hyundai, right? The same kind of car, the SUVs are also manufactured by other companies with better features and all. So like that, people will choose other companies. So because of this reason, okay, to run our business smoothly, we have to plan, right? Which should be manufactured and which should not be manufactured. All this planning can also be done in the ERP software. We, anybody any doubts what is planning now? Understood what is planning? What ERP
No.
does? That means how do we utilize the money, machines, or the land, or the human, okay, properly by planning to manufacture the right product, right? We have to utilize them, right? To manufacture any of them, we have to utilize by planning it. How do we plan? Okay, maybe this should not be manufactured. This is only 500 cars have been sold. Maybe maximum to this year, maybe 400 cars will be sold because new introduced. Maybe this one they can keep manufacturing around 1 lakh cars at least, like that something. And maybe this is almost 3 lakhs if they can manufacture, instead of manufacturing one car and then just keep it in the stock, they can manufacture, plan and manufacture the products according to the plan, right? So that's what planning. Anybody any doubts now what is ERP? Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, yeah, yeah.
Hello. So it is
Yeah, it is
recorded also, sir.
recorded. You will get a
This session
recording
is.
after the class. Okay, so now this is what planning. Any doubts till now? Anybody understood what is planning? What is ERP and then what is E, what is R, what is P? Are we clear?
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Now, what is SAP? Or we also call it as SAP R by 3, right? What is SAP R by 3? What is SAP first of all? What is the full form of SAP? SAP means system, applications, and products. Products in data processing. Right? It's not programming. SAP is not just programming, there are other things too. So system, applications, and products in data processing, that is what the full form of SAP. And then what is SAP? SAP is a German based company, okay, founded by 4 IBM former employees, okay, founded by 4 IBM former employees. Okay, so what SAP does? Okay, SAP actually develops or provides ERP solution to the market or to any company or for any business. You take SAP as solution for it. Okay, SAP provides ERP solution to any business you name it. Even recently SAP is also developing, I think it's already been released. I'm seeing advertisers that they have developed another software for or the module for the agriculture. Okay, you have seen in some other countries they do very big agriculture, they will have 100 acres of land and all. If they have to maintain all these things, they also need software. For that also they have already developed the software. That's how SAP is. They will always build a solution for all the things that is required for any business. Okay, most of the at least 90% of the business that any company runs, SAP has solution for it. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, so when it is introduced, SAP introduced in the year 1972. Okay, uh, okay, released or in the 1972. We'll understand the journey also. Okay, so this is what SAP. Okay, so now let's understand the journey towards SAP R by 3. What is R by 3? Anybody, what is R? What is R? R means real time data exchange. We have seen this in the last class, right? Do you remember? Hello?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, R means real time data exchange. Then what is 3? Okay, it is 3-tier architecture. Let's understand. Okay, before we understand 3-tier architecture, I just want to cover SAP journey towards R by 3 architecture. And in tomorrow's class, 3 R by 3 architecture at least need 1 hour of time. So in tomorrow's class, we'll understand about what is R by 3. Okay, so let's say SAP journey towards R by 3 architecture. Okay, SAP journey towards R by 3 architecture. Okay, so now there are 3 layers in the software. Okay, the first thing, let's say when initially SAP introduced, they came up with R by 1. Okay, what is R by 1? Let's understand. Okay, so let's understand what is R by 1. So R by 1 is nothing but, guys, very simple. There are 3 layers actually. One is presentation layer. Presentation layer, and then plus application layer, okay, presentation layer plus application layer, and then the last layer we call it as database layer. Just have to move little upside so that I can get little bit of space. And the last one is database layer. If all these 3 layers are installed in single system, this was earlier, okay, in the 1972 when they introduced, and the last layer is database layer. If all these 3 layers okay, if all these 3 layers are installed in a single system, okay, in that case we call it as R by 1, okay, or 1-tier architecture. We also call it as 1-tier architecture. Understood now? What is R by 1? This is what R by 1. Okay, if all these 3 layers are installed in single server or in single computer, okay, then we call it as R by 1 architecture. Are we clear? This is what SAP introduced initially, okay, in the 1972, and they called it as R by 1. And what is R now? R means real time data exchange. Okay, real time data exchange, and 1 means 1-tier architecture. 1 means 1-tier architecture. R means real-time data exchange. 1 means one tier architecture. This is what R by 1. This is introduced in the year 1972 when they came up, okay, with a solution, ERP solution. So now there is a problem here, okay. The problem is if they have to update the application layer, or if they have to change the database layer, or if they want to give better user experience. Let's consider if they want to upgrade the presentation layer, then it is dependent on other layers too, okay. If they upgrade this layer, it can create impact on other two layers. So because of this reason, what they did again is that they introduced in the 1979, okay, in the 1979, okay, they came up with R by 2 architecture, okay. So R means real time data exchange, 2 means 2 tier architecture, okay. 2 means 2 tier architecture. What is 2 tier architecture now? So actually they separated the presentation layer from application layer and database layer, okay. That means the application layer and database layer will be installed in a separate computer, and presentation layer will be installed in the user machine. This is what they came up with, R by 2 architecture. Understood now? Any doubts? R by 1 and R by 2, are we clear on this? Hello? Anybody any doubts?
Is
Yeah, please.
Could you repeat this, the drawback which R by 1
Okay,
architecture was faced?
so let's say if user want, or let's say if company has to provide better user experience to the user, right? That means they want to add some additional features, or if they want to upgrade the software or something like that, if they want to do, in that case they were facing issue because it was completely dependent on other two layers, okay. So because of that reason, they separated the presentation layer so that they can give the better user experience. Understood?
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay. So and then again, let's say there was a problem here. If they want to upgrade the application layer and they want to provide some new features to it, and if they want to upgrade the or change the database layer, these two layers were dependent. Whatever we are doing on application layer, it was completely dependent on the database layer. We have to write program that is database related, okay. So even SAP wanted to get rid of that, and then they wanted to provide a flexibility of upgrading application layer individually, and also if they want to change the database, they want to change the database at any time without any problem or without depending on the application layer. So that's what they wanted to do. So again in the year 1992, they came up with R by 3 architecture, okay. In the year 1992, they came up with R by 3 architecture. R by 3 means, R means real time, 3 means 3 tier architecture. They separated all the layers. Now all the layers are individual, so they can upgrade or change any layer anytime without any dependency. Let's say for example, okay, just to take an example, if they want to upgrade the presentation layer, okay, so they can upgrade without depending on the database version things. They can do that, okay. They don't have to depend on the database, okay. Let's say for example, maybe today they are using, company may be using MySQL, and then they feel that MySQL is little costlier, okay, compared to other database, and company want to change from MySQL to they want to throw this database away, and then they want to connect to different database, maybe let's say DB2, or let's say Sybase, okay. They want to connect to different database, they can do it. They don't have to worry about the program that is written in the application layer. So that is what the advantage of having 3 tier architecture. They want to change the, or they want to upgrade the, or they want to release new versions of application layer with new features, they can do that without any problem. So that is what advantage of 3 tier architecture. This is what the journey towards R by 3 architecture. Maybe again they felt that Sybase is too costly, and the problem is the server database is very slow. They want to just switch to HANA DB, which is SAP introduced recently their own database. Okay, they want to change it to HANA database. In that case, they can also do that without having any dependency. This is what the advantage of three-tier architecture. Are we clear? Anybody, any doubts so far? Guys, are we clear on this?
Yeah,
Yes,
good.
everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then that's all guys for today. Okay, we'll go